Andy Murray believes he would have been able to win a lot more tournaments during his career had he not been part of the same generation as three of the greatest ever tennis players. The Scot is a three-time Grand Slam champion, but feels that number could have been higher had he not been competing against the likes of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic for those titles. Having shown so much promise in the early years of his professional career, 2012 proved to be the year he reached superstar status among British sportspeople. He became the first British man to reach the singles final at Wimbledon in more than 70 years, but was unable to beat Federer to secure that first Grand Slam success. But he was triumphant when returning to SW19 just a few weeks later for the Olympics, beating the Swiss in the final to secure the gold medal in front of an adoring home crowd. And that first major victory followed just a few weeks after that, as the Briton saw off Djokovic in the final of the US Open. The following year yielded his first Wimbledon title, before he tasted success again at the All England club and secured another Olympic gold medal in 2016. While Murray has enjoyed an extraordinary amount of success in the sport, he feels he could have had more had he come a generation after the Big Three. Do I regret being born at the same time as them? It's a difficult question, he said. Obviously, on the one hand, I regret it because I tell myself that I could have won a lot more if they hadn't been there or if I had been 5 or 6 years younger. But he also admitted being part of that generation gave him the chance to test his skills against three of the best to have played the sport. Murray continued, I would have had more opportunities. But on the other hand, I had the opportunity to play and challenge the best players in history in the biggest tournaments. I was able to face Nadal at Roland Garros, Federer at Wimbledon, Djokovic at the Australian Open and the US Open and always in the final, even at the Olympic Games. I obviously did not win all these meetings but I won a few. I feel lucky to have been able to play against them, they allowed me to improve by setting the bar so high. So, yes, that's a difficult question. As for the new swathe of tennis stars coming into the game, Murray singled out Daniil Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas as two stars who look likely to be serial winners of big tournaments in the coming years. The Scot did say, though, that he doesn't believe there is anyone on the tour right now who could come close to the total of 20 Grand Slam titles that each of Federer, Nadal and Djokovic have achieved in their respective careers. There are quite a few guys who could aim for the top of the basket, Murray said. We will see in 5 or 10 years who will be able to gain the upper hand, but I don't think any of them will manage to win 20 Grand Slams like the three monsters did.